Good morning, everybody. Hello, good day. Glad to be with you again. I've been in the markets, trading different markets for more than 20 years now. I started late 90s. And, I often hear this opinion that it's not possible to make money in the financial markets, that it is very easy to lose market. It started when I was teaching and doing Forex myself and stock market and other markets as well. And prevailing opinion, even from professionals, sometimes even from professionals, was you can't make money, you will lose money in the market. Let me tell you my very, very strong opinion. It is very difficult, very, very difficult to lose money in the market if you do everything correct. Yes, of course, if you're driving a car with faulty brakes, or you exceed the speed limit, or you run in red lights, yes, you can get into an accident, obviously. But if you do everything right, if you do everything proper, your car will get you safely from where you start to where you need to go. Same in the markets, same in the trading the markets. If you do everything right, you're destined to make profit. And this is my job here. This is my very, very pleasant occupation to tell you exactly how to do this and how to be prosperous in the markets, how to be successful and avoid all the traps. My name is Dr. Leon Rebelsky. We're continuing our meetings within the brand of Crypto Academy, Qubit Crypto Academy. And today I have, I think, rather interesting topics for you. Let me show you what we're going to talk about today. Okay, we have like usually the same set rules, the set flow of our meetings, and I'll tell you about the latest markets, how they develop. I mean, it's becoming boring in a sense, but look, this is it's good when it's boring in the markets. I will talk about what's happening, and we'll talk about stablecoins and a very, very important subject, so important in my opinion, that I decided to change a little bit the order of presentation and bring it out somewhat sooner, because sometimes I don't have enough time. Sometimes I'm running late. I mean, I like to speak. I love what I'm talking about. And sometimes it's not enough time for something very, very important. That's why this is what we're going to talk about rather early in today's meeting. And we're going to cover two very, very important subjects. I mean, the subjects that are in the center of attention of everybody in the crypto world. And we talked about it several times already. One of them is the standoff between SEC, Security and Exchange Commission, and Ripple. And the other one, what is going on in India with ban. Just a little spoiler, the first one we don't know yet, the second seems like it's getting better. But we'll talk about it a little bit later in the meeting. Okay, the markets, as I said, are sort of boring, but very, very exciting. This is Bitcoin, the daily chart. And it behaves exactly like we would like it to expect, and how it behave and how we expect it to behave. It's rising. 2 days ago, as you can see here, this is, by the way, my indicators that I'm using for making a prognosis, and some of them are used in our robots technical indicator analysis and in our signals. This is very, very powerful and very, very exact, if I may say so, indicator strategy. And together with stochastic oscillator with very, very special parameters that I actually created, that I choose after a few years of experimenting with those and with other indicators. So this is Heikin-Ashi candles. It makes a very, very precise and very, very liberate prognosis. Anyway, so we are here. Seems like the correction has ended. The last correction from here to here was about 15,000 US, $50,000, which is a lot. But that, of course, as I told you, and we talked about before, gave many traders very, very good possibility to make a little bit more money. The correction, some traders actually waiting for corrections. I know a lot of people who actually went short here, and then they got here long, as market got here, got long again. 4 hours, nothing exciting. I mean, lots of possibilities to make money. This is 4-hour chart, and it also shows that within last couple of days, few days, the market has reversed its direction. On Ethereum, I mean, if you look at this picture and this picture, sometimes you don't make it. I mean, unless you look at the numbers, you don't see the difference. Ethereum behaves very similar. It's also changed the direction of movement. So we are, seems like, as I said already, correction has ended, and we are flying to the moon, I hope. I'm sure there will be a few more corrections on the way, but that is not something that we should be concerned about. Daily Ethereum shows about the same. It's the same. I mean, that's what I mean when I say it's boring. I mean, you can't tell the difference between the chart of Ethereum, Bitcoin, or for that matter, Litecoin. I mean, you can't tell much difference between them. The only one that stands out right now among those that I'm talking about, among the major currencies, among the major coins, is of course Ripple. But even Ripple already shows the signs of changing the direction. Whether it connected to the success of their standoff with SEC, I don't know. But maybe this is like general opinion, general mood of the market. And Ripple, of course, being a very, very important coin, is, I mean, one of the major ones, follows the trend. Okay, now, as I said, I'm going to change slightly the direction of the order of our presentation, and what I was planning to talk in the event, I'm going to talk about today, right now. Spot trading versus margin trading. I mean, one of the most common questions that I have when I talk to either students or different seminars or webinars is very, very unclear view of what is leverage, what is margin trading, what is spot trading. You need to understand this. It goes not because, you know, like I told you, it's nice to understand how robots work. Yeah, it's nice, but you can do without it. In this case, you need to know what is spot trading and what is margin trading if you want to be successful in the markets. Because the idea goes beyond like regular charts. It goes to this difference between investment and trading, investing and trading that we speak about almost every time. So anyway, spot trading is just like a very, very simple approach. You buy a product, an asset, where it is right now, where it is at the moment of purchase. Margin trading is, and you need your own assets, you need your own funds to do this. Margin trading is you sort of betting which way the price is going to go. And you don't do it with your own money, only part of your money. You borrow money from usually the exchange or the brokerage company, and you amplify your profits. But you also amplify your risk. We'll talk about it a little bit later. I want to show you how you do this on one of the major exchanges, the one that is the exchange of my choice, BINANCE. This is, although I'm sure most of you already recognize the picture, this is the homepage of the exchange when you log into your account. And you can choose right here, if you click on trade, you can choose either classic trading or margin trading. You click on classic trading, you see this picture. It's all you need to do, all the information you need in order to trade. And that is, of course, the market situation. That is, of course, a chart, what we do. And this part is actually where you set the trade. If you do the spot trading, it's simple. You choose the spot trading is also, there are two different kinds, limit and market and limit trading. Not going to talk about it right now. This is important, but again, we will spend another session fully devoted to this. You can choose, as I said, limit or market, and you do the purchase. If you decide to go to margin trading, first of all, if you do it for the first time, the exchange will try to educate you. And this is very important. I mean, not going to say that they're really so nice that they care about you. No, of course they do in a sense, but your success is their success as well, because they make money as long as you are trading. If you lose money and if you stop trading, if you do something improperly, they will not be making money as well. That's why this is the best way of selfishness is to help other people. This is what's happening here. So please watch this video. It's a rather short one. And when you start, it's not enough. I mean, when you finish the video, before you start trading, Binance Exchange will ask you to complete the margin quiz. So you and them could be sure exactly that you are ready to do the margin trading, which is very, very advanced and very, very it's very sophisticated and very profitable, and in a way somewhat dangerous. Okay, so this is where you would set up your margin trades. You will see all that. It's not to pay much attention to that right now. Let's go ahead. So what is, as I already spoke, what is a spot trading? Let's talk about it in more details. You take the asset that you need, that you want to purchase, and you just buy it, you do the trade, you execute the trade at the immediate available asking or bidding price. Okay, that's very simple. You say, I want to buy Ethereum such and such price. If there is somebody who wants to sell it at this price right now, you do it, okay? You will need to have this, your funds up to this level when the trades is completed. Otherwise, the exchange will not authorize this trade. Just for example, if you have $1,000 and you want to buy, you can buy $1,000 worth of Ethereum. That's it. And you will have to bring your money at the date of settlement. Otherwise, as I said, the trade is not going to be clear. The margin trading, on the other hand, is basically the simple explanation. It's borrowing the money. Margin is to borrow the money. You don't have to have all funds to do a certain trade available in the beginning. You will have to have it. You borrow money from the exchange, which you will have to return at the end of the exchange. Exchange is in no way in danger of losing money, and no exchange or brokerage company wants to lose the money because they're holding the asset that you bought. Okay, and it is a collateral, the asset itself, and additional funds are collateral for the money that you borrow. So if you want to buy $1,000 worth of Ethereum, and the leverage is 100, never do this. I mean, this is my advice. It's because I'll talk about it in a second. You will only need $10 of your own money to trade $1,000 worth of Ethereum. Nice, right? So let's make it simple. I mean, I will basically do the same example, but with Bitcoin. Let's say you have $50,000. On spot trading, you can buy one coin. If you have margin level of 1 to 3, you can buy 3 Bitcoins. And your profits, and I'm sorry to say this, your loss will be as if you have 3 Bitcoins. Okay, so some people say, oh, why don't we do this all the time? Very simple. This is why, because you increase your risk. And second, if you do trading, it's a very, very good tool when you trade. But if you do investment, you need to go with spot prices, you need to go one-to-one, because this is something that the market can go up and down, we know this, and never moves uniformly in the direction that you choose. But if you still believe that it's going to get there, you don't pay much attention to the market's to drawbacks, okay? But you need to have enough in your funds, enough of your own funds to support, to survive the market movement against you. Look, I'll give you an example of what happened with our favorite coin, Bitcoin. I mean, a few years ago, it went up to $20,000, and a lot of people got in on a different level. I mean, from $1,000 to $20,000. And if those who did it, and I know personally many of those, many people who bought Bitcoin at the time, and they just hold it to it, because if you paid for it already, unless you need this money to pay your rent next month or to buy something for yourself or your family or something else, you can wait until the market reverses. And these people are very, very happy right now. If you do it on the margin, basically, you may not have enough money because, an example, let's say you have this $50,000, as I said, okay? You buy 3 Bitcoins on a margin 1 to 3, okay? Let's say the market, how the exchange has to make sure that they will get their money back. They sort of borrowed you $100,000, sort of, okay? So if the market, the selling price, when you finish the trade and when you have to return this money to the exchange, there have to be $1,000. But if, for example, just, I mean, it's not very unusual and not very unimaginable for Bitcoin. Let's say the price dipped below 30,000. So when the 3 Bitcoins are liquidated, are sold, the exchange will only get 90,000. They don't want it. So when the level will reach the price will reach the level at which exchange may start losing money, they will simply come to you, simply go to you and say, please put more money in your account or add or liquidate one of the assets that you have. This is called margin call. This is like nightmare for most of the traders. If you do it right, you never get it. You never receive it. There are 2 major know-hows in trading the markets. One is to know which position to open and when, and the other one is if you're trading on the margin. I mean, to know which position to open and when, and the second one is to know which level of investment to put in one trade, in each trade. Okay, so as I said, you can make a lot more money with trading the leverage, with margin, but you are increasing your risks. Remember it. If you have any questions, put it in the chat and I'll try to answer. Okay, now to my favorite part. What's happening in the market? As I said, every week I'm telling you about some events that, in my opinion, are major events defining the direction of market movements. And I think there are several this week, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. And the first one that is, I mean, what MicroStrategy, it's a company that we talk about almost every time that we meet. I mean, just made, well, they didn't make it yet, but the price, the cost of Bitcoins, of coins that they bought over the last 5 months, the profit of that is $2 billion. So they seems like they're not going to stop or slow down the purchase spree. Just this week, they bought another $15 million worth of Bitcoin, and we'll see what happens. I don't know where they're going to stop and which money they're where they're getting the money, but this is very, very interesting situation that we're all following. And of course, they did it on the right time. I mean, as I said, market recovers, and Bitcoin actually is one of the leaders. It beat in performance both Ethereum and Cardano. Bitcoin is, just before we started, I looked at the markets, we are at about 50 plus 500, few $100,000 over the, at the price of Bitcoin. So we expect this bullish run closer to 58, 60,000, and hopefully next week we will be able to see that. So now is not a bad time to buy a few coins. Ethereum formed new support level at about 1500. Cardano saw the all-time high of 148. Now it's slightly down. So basically Cardano, we'll talk about it a little bit later. Also, it's a very, very interesting asset. Also some as the asset to watch. So now, another interesting topic that I actually enjoy is the topic of comparing Bitcoin to gold. A lot of people do this. Some do it and they say, yeah, it is gold. Some say, well, yeah, sort of not. Jeffrey Gundlach from Double Line is not so sure that Bitcoin is gold, but still this is a very, very good asset for a stimulus asset. So what's similar to gold? Let's look at it in more details, like a couple of minutes. There is a limited supply. There is a limited supply of gold. I mean, there is that much in the under the ground. There is that much to be mined. We don't know yet, but we will assume in a second what it is. And excuse me. The same with Bitcoin. There is only 21 million worth of Bitcoin available. Excuse me. 21 million of Bitcoin. The supply is limited. Now, the gold is produced by miners and Bitcoin is produced by miners. Bitcoin and gold could be used to diversify your investment portfolio. So they're very similar in a way. And a friend of mine did a calculation that if you really believe that Bitcoin is digital gold, I'm not going to go into the details. He took the analysis, he took the sort of how much gold there is altogether on this planet and the total supply of gold. And said, okay, let's say the overall the supply of Bitcoin and gold is similar in price, and then the price of each coin should be about 400 something thousand. There was this number we've heard about already a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks ago, when we were talking about the Facebook twins. And they said that they really believe that within a year or two or maybe three, this is where we're going to be at 500,000. Well, hopefully. Now, I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of this situation. This is analysis that uses, this is very, very advanced and very, very not necessary to understand for everybody. If you have questions, I will explain that. But there is a way of analysis that compares the Bitcoin, it's called stock to flow model. okay? And not getting into details, it predicts that Bitcoin range of price should be anywhere between 100 to 288,000 by the end of this year. Well, this business is full of optimists, and I'm actually one of them as well. Now something which let's get to what we talk about almost every time, the Ripple situation. Before we start talking about what it is between SEC and Ripple, the debris are falling over this MoneyGram just canceled the partnership with Ripple because MoneyGram also got damaged by this situation. And this is a very big blow for the company. And there is a class action suit, and this suit is initiated by a law firm in the States. And they claim that MoneyGram actually misrepresented and deceived sort of their customers. And therefore it's totally unlawful, and MoneyGram, they want MoneyGram to pay. I mean, this is as simple as that. So what is this all about? Cryptocurrency should be considered security. This particular cryptocurrency should be considered security. It wasn't, and in that way, it violated the SEC security laws. This is the main accusation that they have, and everybody in the business are watching this with great interest and great concern, because this may be something defining the development of the cryptocurrency market altogether, cryptocurrencies as well, altogether. Well, but at the same time, people don't stop making this more and more daily. I mean, bankers love crypto, very old Swiss bank. I mean, Switzerland. I mean, when you think about Switzerland, you think about three things. I personally do: Swiss chocolate, Swiss knives, and Swiss banks. And now we were going to talk about Swiss crypto. So one of the oldest banks just added Bitcoin and other crypto to its list of services. So the acceptance of one of the Swiss banks is very important for the industry. And of course, Goldman Sachs, who is a more advanced, more day-to-day, more modern, if I may say, financial institution, just brought back the Bitcoin trading desk. And that also tells us that Bitcoin is here to stay. And this is what gentleman whom I'm sure most of you know, Mr. Leary, Mr. Wonderful, he totally reversed his stance on Bitcoin. Just a few years ago, very recently actually, he said cryptocurrency is garbage. Now he wants to have 3% of his own assets, and he advised it to everybody who is investing and saving to have it in cryptocurrency. In spite of being volatility is a very big concern for most of the investors and traders, and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. But at the same time, in spite of this volatility, it's already reached the level of being acceptable tool for savings. And excuse me. And well, other people in the financial industry also agree. The first crypto hedge fund is in the making. It will going to cater to not very, but rather wealthy people. The entry ticket is about $120,000, but they want to make sure that you have at least almost $1 million in your pocket to be in this hedge fund. It's initiated in Spain, and it's registered registered in Malta by Avenue Investment Crypto. But at the same time, one of the very important topics as well and actually a topic which is really one of the major concerns for many critics of the field is that Bitcoin and other crypto, but mostly Bitcoin, is the dirty asset. Dirty not in the sense that it's used in different operations that are not very legal, but dirty in a very, very direct sense of this word, direct meaning of this word. Mining of Bitcoin is using huge amount of electricity. And if you go along this line, I mean, to produce electricity, you need to burn coal. There aren't that many coal or oil or something like this. There aren't that many of reusable sources of energy right now. And that, of course, all adds to the ecological situation in the world, so ecological drawbacks in the world. And one of the first companies, China, actually the overall, the energy used in Bitcoin mining is more than use of energy, of electricity in such countries, for example, as Ukraine or Argentina. So it's a huge number, huge block of power that is being used. And China, Chinese government, which is very concerned about the situation, already banned and shut down Bitcoin mining operation in one of the, it's Inner Mongolia, it's northern part of China. And that is actually probably going to increase the price, be one of the features, one of the reasons for the price to go up, because China is actually producing more Bitcoins, for example, than the United States. It's a very big Bitcoin mining operation. Doesn't stop people in Canada. They just purchased another 48,000 mining rigs manufactured by a Chinese manufacturer for that matter. So let's not worry that much. We'll still have enough miners working on that in that direction. Now, on the lighter side, the first apartment sold in Spain for Bitcoin was just the deal was just made in Barcelona. This apartment was sold and it went through cryptocurrency exchanges at 3.5 Bitcoin. And this is not the first apartment in the world sold for crypto. I know of some apartments in Ukraine and Kiev that were followed the same rule by Mr. Mark Ginsburg. He announced it, I think, about a couple of years ago. But still, in Europe, in Western Europe, this is, I think, the first deal of this kind. I will try to speed up a little bit, as I said, by the end of closer to the end, not much time. Bitcoin not a threat to US dollar. This is the view of Mr. James Bullard. He is a Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis president. It's a very important person in the US financial policymaking industry. Not a threat to US dollar. And SEC knew, well, he's not appointed yet, but he is going to be, he's nominated to be the SEC chair nominee, Mr. Gary Gensler. He is an MIT economics professor. He is going to devote a lot of attention to setting the regulation. The idea is, again, very simple, that it's a very good instrument for transactions, but still there are many issues that needed to be addressed in order to the investors to be protected. This is basically what his goal is right now, and this is what he is going to work on most of the time. Well, Korea says no intrinsic value, too volatile. This is the Bank of Korea governor. But we know that Korea is one of the major hubs in the world for using Bitcoin. So people don't listen that much to Mr. Governor. That's my opinion. Well, we talked about mining, we talked about sanctions, we talked about earlier about Venezuela and Iran. In Iran, there are plans in the making of turning the country into one of the biggest producers of Bitcoin. They suggest that this would be a very, very good step to overturn and circumvent sanctions against the country. Well, but maybe that is not going to be that essential because with a new government, with a new president of the United States, the sanctions could be overturned even before this whole plan gets into action. And now India. I don't know who those of you who were here with me last week saw this slide already. The whole crypto world, all of the people who are in the industry for seriously were watching what's going on in India, because there was a legislation in the making on blocking, on banning all of the cryptocurrency activity in the country, which is one of the largest economy of the world. I mean, so like I said, Ripple and India are two test cases for the whole industry. And one of the biggest investors, they call them India's Warren Buffett, said he is for this ban. He lobbied for this ban very, very seriously and very aggressively. He said, "I would never buy Bitcoin." I don't know what is behind this, but we already saw many people of the same stature who changed their opinion as we speak. We just spoke about Mr. O'Leary and other people who changed their opinion. So we will see whether Mr. I don't know, I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce his name correct, but whether this gentleman is going to change his mind anytime soon, we will see. But so I prepared these slides a couple of days ago, but today new information came, and the tables on crypto ban are turned. India's Supreme Court lifted this ban that we're talking about. So this is a very, very good and very positive development in that direction. So, and actually it happened today on March 4. So hopefully the worries about the crypto situation in India are not going to be confirmed. And but even before that, people, the citizens of the country and businessmen in the country said that they did not believe that this is going really to happen. And there is a bank, crypto bank, expanded its operation and opened a new physical branch in New Delhi. So that is also, this is going to be a very, very fast and extreme movement when the whole legal situation is going to be completed. Okay, just to remind you, the taxes in different countries, crypto is viewed in a different way. We talked about it before. Maybe you remember this slide. This is just a small reminder. Now, I want to talk about the stable coins. Before that, one of the major problems of major worries of people who are in this business is the volatility of the asset. It's very volatile. The price of Bitcoin could slide up and down by 10, sometimes even 15% in just one day. And that, of course, is not a very good situation for using Bitcoin, neither for payment nor for savings. And some of the altcoins we're going to talk about today, called stablecoins, are there to try to solve this situation. And altcoins, I just reminded, we talked about them last time. They are very, what is altcoin? Altcoins are the coins that are not Bitcoin. And two major ones are right now very in the center of attention. They're Cardano and Polkadot. They're all developing. There are lots of investment into developments of technology based on this. Some people think that they are foundation of the new internet. And that's why the company, that's a Dubai-based venture, investing very serious sum of money into the development of technologies based on ADA and DOT. And they just started a new microfund in India, in Bangalore. That's, as you know, the Silicon Valley of India. And we'll see what happens. So these are two altcoins to watch, but we're not going to talk today about stablecoins. What do they need for, and what are they? The main goal of stablecoins is to cancel out the volatility. The volatility is canceled by pegging them to either fiat assets or commodities or precious metals or other cryptocurrencies. Good examples here are some of the examples of stable coins, and one of the most popular one right now, which is actually not even started yet, but it's going to be very popular, is Facebook Libra coin. It's pegged to US dollar. It's one of the hybrid stable coins. I'll tell you in a second what it means. And what the opinion, again, I mean, I often refer to this, the opinion of government institutions is very important. Stable coins, this is in view of Lyle Brainard. She is a member of Federal Reserve Board of Governors, so very influential person. So stable coins aspire to achieve the functions of traditional money without relying on confidence in an issuer. This is very important. In a second, I'll talk about it. I mean, this actually excites me a lot. As I said, I'll come back to this. Okay, what kind of stable coins there are? How are they collateralized? First of all, they are collateralized by the most popular ones are collateralized by fiat currencies. So the major one is USDT, but there are many different ones. And the question that I get sometimes is if it is measured and valued at 1-to-1 to US dollar or to euro or to any other currency or to any commodity, what do we need them for? And the answer is very simple. They are here in order to take out the centralization. It's here I missed this slide. Very important. The social issues are very important. In some part of the world, which no developed banking system, no developed payment system infrastructure, they are very usable assets. And for international payments, for many issues like this, to improve the social situation, the stable coins are good. And also, if you need to, let's say you keep your money in on an exchange in whichever cryptocurrency, it's easier to convert into another cryptocurrency via stable coins, nor than via fiat currency. So I think actually I will have to spend a little bit more time talking about it next time, because I'm looking at the watch, and I'm glad that I talked about margin and spot trading earlier. I just want to remind you a few things. So let's not. I just want to show you something. As I said, there are 3 different kinds of stable coins: the fiat collateralized, crypto collateralized, and non-collateralized. Tell you about it more next time, but most importantly, these are their advantages. These are their advantages, again, okay, let's talk about it. It's a very, very serious issue. We'll talk about it next time. Now I want to remind you about our trading robots. Please do not forget, we have 3 kinds of robots. What the robots are, I already spoke and told you about, the advantages of them. And these are the robots we have. The simple ones are flat and trend robots, and you can connect them. And the advantage of those is that you can use them on your own account on the right now 2 different exchanges, Binance and Bitfinex. So you connect to them, and I explained how to do that in details next time. I will do it again last time, sorry, I will do it again next time. And then there is a smart robot, which is a very, very serious and very, very important and very versatile trading system. I encourage you to get into this as well, because the return on this robot is a lot higher than those flat and trend robots, because it is more. I mean, we taught the robot to be the best in the world. The Qubitech small white robots are very, very good. Okay, and I just want to remind you about our trading signals. Please sign up for them, and it's very, very important, because you need the source of information if you want to trade on your own. Thank you very much. I want to say thank you to these sources of information, and see you next time. This was Crypto Academy meeting. I'm Dr. Leon Rebelsky. See you next week. Thank you.